I have a question. Since some Amish don't use worldly items, when you go fishing, do the Amish use fishing poles like everyone else, or how does that work? So, some of the only memories I have of going fishing when I was real young was on Free Fishing Day. In Ohio, one of the first weekends in June, there's Free Fishing Day for all residents of Ohio. And you can go fish in any public lakes or rivers without a fishing license. So my dad would always try to take us that Saturday because we couldn't go fishing on Sunday. And there was like 8 of us kids. I remember we had, I think, 3 rod and reels, like fishing poles, as we call them. And then we had bamboo rods with a string attached to it. And I remember using that big bamboo rod. And I remember catching a 13.5-inch bass and a 15.5-inch bass with that bamboo rod. Just throwing it out and pulling it back in. And it was some of the best fishing memories I've ever had. The whole family was out there at Coasting Lake, close to Fredericktown, and we were out there fishing all day. We went over to the little park area, picnic area, and we grilled out some food, hot dogs. It was one of the only times I remember my mom cooking on a grill, or anybody in my family, and it was one of those little charcoal grills that were right there at the park, and you just put your charcoal in there, and we grilled hot dogs. We ate some lunch. We went right back to fishing. We only did that a couple years. And then as I got older, I used to sneak away or just tell my parents. After I got like 16, I'd tell my parents, hey, I'm going fishing. Actually, I think it was before I turned 16. 15 years old, I probably told my parents that, because once you turn 16, you had to buy a fishing license. So kids can go fishing for free in Ohio until they turn 16. So the year I was 15, I told my dad, I'm going fishing before I have to get a license. Well, get it out of my system. So I went fishing a lot. He didn't like it. I probably went 4 or 5 times that summer. I guess it wasn't that many times, but still, it was a lot for me. And then the older I got, of course, I had a little more freedom. And I kind of just did what I wanted once I got like 16, 17. And I realized my parents can't really do that much. They can talk to me, but if I just hitch up the horse and go to town, it's not like they can come hunt me down and lock me up or anything. So I just kind of did what I wanted, and I went fishing a few more times after I turned 16. So I always used rod and reels after I got older, but when I was a kid, we used bamboo rods a lot, and I still enjoy using a bamboo rod every now and again. But I can tell you personally that all it takes is a stick, some fishing line, a hook, and some bait, and you can make some really good memories, and they've lasted me this long. God